Post is
Elizabeth Groves.
I'll only let you have it because that's what your social security card says. So whatevs. I hear children in there hollering.
Yes, they're being so loud in there.
And you know what? One of those children's is one of my clients' kids. So I know what's up. Okay, so first thing we're going to talk about is this whole nightmare. I'm not going to show y'all, but I had an unfortunate incident with a bug. And I don't know what kind it is, but it looks pretty gnarly. And it's the weekend, and I should have listened to Carol and went to doctor. But I didn't. I didn't make time for it. So here we are right now over the weekend with what could be like the worst bite of my life. But it's not as swollen as it was.
That's good news.
Right, yeah, because it looked much worse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's looking better. And now it just looks like a mosquito bite that I scratched the shit out of.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It felt like a skeeter bite. But I'm not going to die, I don't think. But you know what? That goes to show. You know, the name of this is Pop Quiz Hotshot.
Right.
Right? Okay, so Carol leaves for... How many days has she been gone?
6 days a Monday.
No, but how many days has she been gone?
4, I think?
Yeah, like forever. And
6, yeah.
And this happened 2 days ago. So the day after she left, I get bit by something, and I don't determine that it's super bad until today.
You can never leave again.
When it's still like this. But I have a really great unicorn Band-Aid. It's awesome. It's awesome. And it says what? Read it.
Believe in magic.
Believe in magic. So that's what I'm going to choose to do right now, I guess. Believe in magic. It'll magically be healed. So y'all can use the comments if you want to chat with us. I just moved them. I'm going to make this. Holy scary. I'm so giant. Weird. Wow. That's what she said. Okay.
We're watching ourselves 8 seconds ago.
Yeah, this is like... It's like the name of the podcast, Pop Quiz, so that's from Speed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of those sci-fi bullshit actors that you love that I can't stand.
Well, that movie wasn't sci-fi, though.
No, but he is the sci-fi annoyance for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to talk about some shit and stuff. Okay, so you like that? Okay, the whole reason for the pop quiz thing is I had a wonderful client today who taught me a lot. And in their young little life. Oh, Joe, my buddy Joe. Put a pin in that. So, Joe is doing some super holy crap cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so see that? So Joe sends me a text today, by the way, because he's a real tool bag. Sends me an April Fool's thing that says that Olivia's in the hospital. This is super cool. I love this. Joe, I love this. You are on the podcast right now. That's what I'm telling him. That means he's not watching it. You get that, right?
I get that.
Is Carol watching it? She better be watching it. Carol, you better be watching it, because this is all your fault. So I told him. Okay, I said this is all her fault, because we don't have our Ed McMahon off camera to direct traffic, right? So now I have to stop and talk to Joe, and then you have to take over, but you don't take over. Keep talking, Joe. Keep talking. And watch the podcast. See? That solves the problem, right? Okay, so a couple of things that I want to talk about, though, for real. So this client of mine today, a wonderful kiddo, I asked him a question today. And the question was, what are tests designed for? Why do you have to take a test?
Yeah.
Right? And it's an innocent enough question until you get to the bones of what they actually say. And they said that it was designed to incite anxiety and fear. And I never actually thought about that like that. I never actually thought that tests were designed as a pressure maker, right? My whole life have known that tests are designed to show you what skills you've learned or what material you have learned, not what you haven't learned.
Yeah.
Until today, I was unaware that people saw it that way.
I never thought of tests that way, like specifically. They're made to make you be afraid or whatever. But I did have a lot of anxiety, with tests. So.
But you're a wiener anyway. No, seriously though, it gave me that ability that what I was already going to talk to them about is life kind of being that way. That if, like, for as long as I can remember, I've gotten up early. And I get up early knowing that it's a test. That it's a pop quiz every single day. Mm-hmm. And it's not a survival thing. It is, how much can I push myself today that I could have pushed myself yesterday? Let's see if I can do one more sit-up, one more push-up. Let's see if I can, in my case, eat one more piece of pizza. Joe says he thinks he's watching it.
You think you are?
Yeah, he's not sure. Jeez, Joe.
Maybe he's watching an old one. Hold up a newspaper.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to announce it? I'm wearing a Taco Bell shirt. Oh gosh. Oh, speaking of the Taco Bell shirt, that's one of those pop quizzes that you have, life quizzes, right? Will you trust Taco Bell today?
No.
That is one of those pop quizzes. See? Right? But it is. Do you choose
A,
B, or C, or D, none of the above? Or is it a write-in one? Do you have to make an essay form to answer that?
No, I can answer it. It's Taco Bell, so
okay.
There's a chance I'm gonna have Taco Bell. It might not be the Taco Bell I ordered,
so
but it's Taco Bell nonetheless. So it's not all bad.
You're killing me. So right before the show, you called me a holistic Nelly. And I said, because of the Band-Aid. And I said, isn't a holistic Nelly just Macklemore? Which we happen to be listening to anyway. And so now that's all I can think of. How funny that was that I decided that Macklemore was a holistic Nelly. Not even remotely the same. And what did you call me? What else did you call me today? Something else. I don't remember. But you've been very namey lately. You know what that means? You've been judgy.
Give me a gavel.
I guess.
Crack.
So that's sort of that
Judged.
pop quiz.
Crack.
That's that pop quiz mentality, though. I don't mind being tested. Bring it on, baby. Bring me the tests. I will pass that shit. Right? I mean, come on. You gotta hope for the best. So this young client of mine passed the biggest test in middle school, which is the Constitution test. Did you have the Constitution test?
No.
I didn't either. I didn't even know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
But I do remember having to learn the preamble to the Constitution. So in honor of my fellow Americans,
All right.
in those wonderful children who have passed the Constitution test. No, I'm not going to do this. I do know the preamble to the Constitution, and Mr. Weingartner would be so proud. We, the people of the United States, in order to form.
So are you going to do it?
You really didn't think? I mean, come on,
April
April Fools! In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution to the United States of America. See? Right? Yay, America! Okay, so did you have to learn it? No.
We covered it, and so technically we did have to learn it, and it was testable material, but I don't remember it.
Do you know why I did that? So they know that eventually they are going to be 45 years old and they're going to be able to just bust out with the preamble to the Constitution like a fool. They won't be this holistic Nelly, but they'll be pretty close. And this holistic Nelly, by the way, is wearing flannel jammy pants because we were going to have a friend over. Mandy, ain't she dandy? Right? Yep, I'm there, but here, you got fooled today. Oh, yeah, I really did. So I can't revisit that. Dang it, that's 2 years in a row, too. And I was unprepared. He got me last year, too. Hell, since I've known Joe, he's gotten me.
Yeah, I don't
jackass.
play since that first year. Nope.
Oh, yeah, we do. We don't talk about the joke heard around the podcast, do we? That was a rough one, though, wasn't it? Wow. See, now y'all are going to wonder, and y'all are going to have to go back and look around April Fool's Day, for it was actually a double. It was part 1 and part 2 April Fools. So, yeah, if you go back and you look at the podcast that Joe and I used to do, oh, we got peoples. That better be Miss Carol. I miss her so freaking much. Oh, she is. She's on the page. Yay. You know what, though? She keeps saying she misses my face. I'm wondering if it's just that she's starting to get a little bit jealous of my beard. I think she's jealous.
Does Carol want a beard?
I think she does. That's what I'm saying. I think that she wants a mullet too, because kind of the rule is that when you're offended by somebody something, it's really because you want it for yourself, right? She's coveting the mullet.
I bet she could pull off a mean-ass mullet too.
Oh my God, she'd look like a super scary, scary lesbian at that point.
Epic would be the word for it. Legendary,
I don't
even.
know. Well, I do like short hair and you like long hair, so that's the perfect solution.
Because Carol has very thick hair.
Very thick hair.
And so that would pull off an epic mullet.
She could just give her a pool stick and turn on the video camera, and we've got a freaking 80s movie in the making, right?
That's awesome.
Speaking of 80s movies, yes.
You know we're hating on your hair because I want your hair. Your hair's awesome.
I want just a smidge of the hair because, hello, I have a skullet. So we have been giving Rory the 80s movies. We've been giving him the nuggets of wisdom that we have. Mm-hmm. And the last one we watched was what?
St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire. Okay, I heard somebody must have logged in. Y'all can comment, by the way. Anybody watching can comment. If you're logged into the site, just go over to the little jigger. It looks like a speech bubble thingy, and click on that, and you can comment and you can talk to us, or just message. I know you're watching now, Carol. I know. I saw you log in. I do a lot of this. I'm doing a lot of this, like they're feelers or something. We had a friend one time, speaking of feelers, you know what story I'm going to say? When we first had Roy, and we had him out in public, we were at Hastings, and we had a friend who was talking about how children are a lot like what? Because they put everything in their mouths, so they have to touch their tongue on everything. So babies are like snakes. So every time I do this now, I think of that. I think of snake tongue. I don't know why, because this is clearly spider coming to get you. Right? Spider coming to get you, which is probably why I have this whole thing, because we talk so much. Look, I'm like looking around to make sure there's no spiders listening.
I thought there was like maybe somebody walked up to the back door. And
I'm making sure there's no spiders listening. I'm afraid.
In the screen right
I'm
there.
afraid. It doesn't matter. I don't trust them. Used to do podcasts, the fun times. Yeah. And Dingus Joe is going to come do live next week on Facebook with me on Wednesday, because Not next week. Next week is the support group. The week after that, we had to skip another week because we were going to. We had tornado warnings and stuff, but I overextended my shoulders a little bit and had some issue. So I had serious issue. So I was chilling in the bed for a day, resting my shoulders because I'm jank. I gotta scoot closer to you. Watch the feet. Watch the feet.
Plenty of room.
Watch the feet. Okay, I gotta get my vape. Hey, don't vape. Okay, so what else did we have? Okay, first of all, we gotta address the St. Elmo's fire thing. How much did you love it?
It's classic. You can't not like it. Especially if that was your time. But you gotta really appreciate.
Sum it up for people. People who have never watched St. Elmo's Fire. Sum it up.
I don't know. It's kind of like a sort of late term adult coming of age kind of movie.
Yeah, it's like, the kids that I help.
They graduated, now they're all in their 20s and they're trying to figure out life.
And Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe had a killer do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, killer do. So I highly recommend because it has Demi Moore, who you can watch on the stupid commercial, Demi Moore, and you can watch Rob Lowe on the Atkins commercial. So pretty much everyone in that movie now has some sort of old ass commercial targeting their generation, which happens to be us. So makes me feel old ass, right? You?
There we go.
You? But I'm going to live to be 500 and they don't know that. And unless I keep getting my ass handed to me by bugs. But in my defense, one of the pop quiz moments is I sleep on the floor. Now, I sleep on the floor and it's a little embarrassing for you or even Carol to admit that I sleep on the floor. But I sleep on it by choice because otherwise I get really sick if I sleep in the bed.
Why you do. I've woken up a couple of times with you, gagging and choking and stuff. So yeah,
aspirating on my own vomit.
So
not really acid vomit.
It's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I can come in the morning and say, "Hey, good morning, I love you."
Yeah, and I'll be awake. Not to mention my shoulders. My shoulders are so jank that if I sleep on a bed, I'm totally misaligned and it sucks. So, anyway, I sleep on this mattress on the floor, and the mattress is actually behind you, right there, that I sleep on. So, it's very nice, it's lovely, it rolls out, no big deal, but I sleep in here, and there's a back door, and so I'm pretty sure it was ants, but there was one in the shower this morning. And there was a skeeter in there too several days ago, which is why I thought that that's what it was.
All their bugs are waking back up.
There was a skeeter in here too, and that's not cool. So I'm not quite ready for that, but I'm absolutely 100% ready for the sun and the fun, which Carol is gone in North Carolina right now because her daughter had oral surgery. So Trinity, we hope you get well soon. And I know that it sucks, but I think it's sad and hilarious at the same time. Sorry. Okay, I gotta tell a story on Carol, because this is funny stuff. So sometimes people don't know shit. They just don't know. They don't know because they didn't grow up that way. People assume that I don't know what a pork steak is because I'm not from the Midwest, but we had pork steaks growing up. Yeah. Too. So
pork steaks were actually a pretty common thing when we were in Germany.
Yeah.
You could get them at any snack stand.
Yeah. So I'm good on pork steaks. But anyway, you devise this thing in your head that says that you know everything. That you know most of it. So it's not until somebody hears a different thing that they're like, oh, wait, is my way right? Like, for instance, I didn't know that cake came in a box for a lot of years. I didn't know you could get a cake mix in a box. I thought that you had to have all the ingredients. Stuff like that. One of my clients, I'm talking smack on you, didn't know that you could add stuff to a frozen pizza. Right? That when they found out that that's what their parents had been doing all along, like their head blew off. Not to mention, they
So
thought,
wrong. So wrong.
they thought, oh, and she knows.
I had nothing to do with this.
She knows. And she also thought that when you dropped medication, the potency went away. So, like, all of a sudden it was no good and you had to toss it. Now, I totally understand why she thinks those things, right? Because you don't question your parents. Mm-hmm. Shit just happens, mm-hmm. right? Okay, so what did you never question that you thought just happened? Because this is like pop quiz moments.
I think that for me, the most part is I gained a lot of enlightenment working in the kitchen, cooking and frying up food and everything like that, and watching my kids just kind of sit down and to a plate full of food and making it disappear and then running off and playing like it was just never a thing, and I realized in that moment that they are so comfortable in their lives that they're not worried if they're going to eat. They're not guarding their food. They're not, eating as much as they can because they don't know when they're going to eat again, and they
actually reject
they
dessert
could use a little
sometimes.
bit of discipline to, hey, take your plate to the kitchen and clean it off in the dishwasher or something like that. But
so
they're doing pretty well.
So sometimes I take for granted that people know certain things, and especially when it's things out of the area. Carol's in North Carolina, and they were having some severe weather. And because they were having severe weather, she was taking a picture that they were, that her and her daughter were secure, that they were hunkering in the bathroom. And immediately, the picture, I saw a window, and I thought, oh my God, she may not know why you should be in a bathroom. If she hadn't been around tornadoes. I mean, I know that they get hurricanes and shit in North Carolina because we were there and got a little bit. But where she is, I don't know really what she's accustomed to. So I was genuinely asking, and so I outlined, that one, you go to a bathroom because typically it's an interior room and it has no windows. And what else did I say? And anyway, certain things, and you usually get in the bathtub and cover yourself with a mattress, all these things. Well, her daughter just had oral surgery, so of course she's not going to try, she's all doped up. She's not going to try to get in the bathtub, hopefully with a mattress and all that stuff. Plus, it was a really quick alert. So I knew that Carol would be safe, but I wasn't sure if she actually knew why they say a bathroom, because my concern was if she had a different room, that would be better. Well, of course, in Carol's wonderful fashion, she came back and basically said, yes, jackass, I'm not an idiot. But she didn't really say that because she's nice to me for some weird reason, right? And so that's where that is. So she knows, and now I know she knows. And that's probably her lighting me up about that. But, and I still haven't caught up on any messages. Oh, Lord, it's Marcus. It's Marky Mark, and he sent me a TikTok, which is frightening, and I'm not going to watch it right now. And Joe said it's about, what is he doing?
I don't know.
Used to do the podcast in Fun Times. Joe, what are you doing? Are you going through all the old ones and telling me stuff to look at? You're scaring me, Joe. Joe also told me he's not doing model rockets anymore.
That was also April Fool's.
I don't know. Joe, was that also an April Fool's joke? Because I'm thinking it is. I'm hoping. But he said they're getting too expensive and he's moving to trucks. And then he showed me these trucks he got for models. So I don't know. I'm getting scared.
Well, I can see that
his ADHD brain won't let him concentrate on anything for very long.
Look at the intricate detail that's on the models that he's doing. That you got to work real close with.
His models
as far as
so
painting.
Cool.
And so that might scratch that itch.
Yeah, I guess. Did you say scratch that itch?
Yeah, because
itch that itch. It's itch that itch. It is not scratch that itch. It is itch that itch or scratch that scratch. But you do not scratch an itch or itch and scratch. Oh, so far I have no complaints about your stories. Oh, my stories. Okay, so I do want to say a couple other things.
Okay.
Just
Should I be afraid? Be afraid. Be very afraid.
You know, I have stories for days, right? So I was reflecting on my young life the other day, and I was like, you know, self, if you could say any one thing, you can go ahead and check your message. I won't forget. What?
You're wrong about that, sir.
What? Oh my God! Whatever. I'm not wrong about that. So you just shutty. This is what you're doing, and this is what I want you to do. Okay.
Scratch an itch.
I can't even discuss with you anymore. I can't. And I'm pretty sure that everyone in the whole free world will side with someone, not necessarily me, but someone. I like to believe that my family, that my Aunt Donna, and I haven't even looked at her messages or anything. I haven't looked at Aunt Sarah's messages. I know that they've sent them, but I have 5,000 that just keep coming in, and I can't stay ahead of them. I need to designate one of y'all just to go through all my messages.
I talked to Donna a few days ago.
Yeah, Moth.
And she's working on a new project, and so I'm kind of excited about that. She's got this little toy dog that she's going to paint, and it's going to be the guardian in her garden outside.
Oh my God, I love her garden. Oh my God,
it's a really
with
cute
her.
idea.
And you know what? Joe's wife does that stuff too. She has like the little gnome or fairy garden, whatever the hell they're called. There's gnomes, there's fairies, there's freaking all that stuff. Oh, and I saw a stump, actually a lot of stumps. Tree stumps that were like fairy houses. What? Is she making fun of me again?
No.
Always making fun of me.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
Anyway, I saw them and they were really, really cool. And I was thinking, yeah, we could do stuff like that, except we don't have any trees in our yard. We have one, and it's not a stump. It's a whole tree.
Yeah. It's a whole tree.
It's a whole tree.
I gotta find it so I can show you the picture that
Oh Lord. Okay, so
There
we went to the springs with Mandy, and we had a good time. And what is that? Oh my God, that is so cool. That's really cool.
His name is Waddles.
Oh my God.
He'll be the watchdog for the flower bed.
I love it. Okay, so I love to see pictures of stuff that Donna does because she's very unique. And she's the unicorn, you know, so kind of like me. So I really like that. And every time I put on a scarf, I think about her. I do, you know. I think about Aunt Donna every time I put on a scarf. It helps me to relate when I'm not relating, because I zone out. You know, I check out. I'm working, and then I'm with the kids or with you, or I'm working or I'm with the kids or with you, and it's like I forget that people exist outside of my work sometimes. You know, and but work's going really well. It's going great. I have so many successful clients. I think I'm going to put myself out of a job. We might have to move towns, baby.
I don't know if you'd put yourself out of a job.
Okay, I was trying to boost my ego a little bit.
It's just that there's
oh my God.
Every
God, Becky.
For every person that
at
I'm going to poke
her.
you in the eyes. For every person that you help, 2 people come along after.
You think? I hope so. And the reality is, if I can just help one person to realize how valuable they are, then it's worth it, right? At the end of the day, that's all I care about, is that other people know their value.
Yeah.
And because if they know their value, they'll know mine. That's what people don't think about. They don't think about the whole reason why you need to be kind is because you value yourself, right? So you want to be kind because you value yourself, and you want others to value themselves so they can value you. Basically, that's what makes the world go round, right? My thing is just chiming and chiming. I hope that everybody I love is watching. And you know what? I didn't know. Of course, I love everybody that's watching, and you're so dumb. I didn't know that some of my guys, my buddies, wink, wink, from Linda G, what? are watching. But like my buddy Pete watches, and I still think about Pete and repeat every time I say that. And Jeremy watches, and I know that there's a couple Johns in there that watch, maybe a Jack or two. Okay, well, so
It
here's
doesn't
the
matter
deal.
who you are personally, but we'll throw you categories by your names. Categorize
Well,
by your names.
the reason I
Some
have
Johns
to do that,
in there, some Jacks,
the reason
some Billies.
Brads, there's definitely some Brads. There's a whole lot of Brads in there.
There's a Billy Jack, but I think there's only one.
That's bullshit. Billy Jack bullshit, thank you. Anyway, but the whole thing is they have burner accounts because they're those people. So I enjoy those people because those are the people that speak my outside of coaching language.
Yes. Yes, they do.
It's scary, right?
It says I don't go to that page.
Okay.
I'm not part of that group, and I won't be part of that group.
So here's the thing. There's a reason why I'm not a therapist, right? Okay, there's a reason I'm a life coach and not a therapist. I'm a life coach because a life coach is basically a civilian drill sergeant.
Yeah.
I get to make people cry about how successful they are going to become.
Yeah,
See? Yeah!
That's another way you can say it.
That's why I'm a civilian drill sergeant, right? Okay, so...
If that's the way that, it doesn't get to your conscience that you cry on a daily basis, that's fine.
The one thing that I have a group of clients that tell me they're going to put guru-isms on a calendar with my face. They're going to just take a picture of my face every time they come in, and it's going to have the guruism there.
Oh, Lord. You'll become a household name.
I know. It's going to be like Gary Busey with the Buseyisms. Yeah, right?
Something. That'll be the day.
So one of the things is, let's make that a goal. For real, let's make that a goal.
Okay.
So like that's what I say all the time. Let's make that a goal. For real, let's make that a goal. And so today that happened again. And I get really excited when somebody comes up with a good idea. And one of my clients is all into face-off and has been in ceramics and makes some really great molds. You saw their mold today. But it's actually a ceramics project that they're going to cook, and then paint and etc. So it's not actually a mold for anything. So I was like, you need to watch this show called Face Off. Go to Hollywood, do the face makeup, the prosthetics and all that stuff. Watch Face Off and see what you think. And he indicated that he and Mom love that show.
That'd be such an
And
exciting
so I was
career.
like, let's make that a goal. You can totes do that. And then that's when I caught myself because I went, for real, let's make that a goal. And I was like, shit, here I go again. Making all these lofty goals for these people. How often do I fail on my goals, do you think? Because sometimes shit gets real when I'm telling a client, let's make that a goal, and then for a second I might doubt that I could do that.
Do you really fail? Because if everything that you do is a learning...
Oh, that was a trick question! You did it! Oh my God, I can't believe it! Holy shit! Oh, yay you! I pulled that earlier on a client too, and they passed. So that's 2 today. So yay you! That really was. It was a pop quiz. So I've asked you several questions that are pop quiz type questions to see how aware you are. Really, that was pretty epic, don't you think? Would you have answered it that way before?
I don't know how far back it might have been as early as yesterday that I might not have been able to answer that question.
Well, because I'm constantly saying, every single thing you do in life, you can learn from. And the more you live life, and the bigger, like Joe says, go big or go home, the bigger you live life, the more you can fulfill, right? So go big or go home. And, but always know that you're home, right? Because I always talk about we are home. Mm-hmm. We are our own home. So when our parents pass away and we miss that peace, that piece of home, we have to realize that what we're actually searching for is to recreate that comfort feeling. And when we look at our children, we realize that we are their comfort. And that makes us home.
Yeah.
right? So then you have to say, that you're home. You know where home is, right? I mean, you just have to have that confidence and instill within yourself that esteem that says you can be that compass that guides others, that holds you accountable every single day.
Yeah.
If every single day you think somebody's watching you, aren't you going to try to be the best you can be? Be all that you can be? Find your future?
I think generally, yeah.
You are not going to finish that for real?
No, I'm not.
I'll finish it in my head. Oh, that was so awful. I can't believe you didn't finish it. I know people who are listening to this finished that for me. So I could take solace in that. Ooh, it's still making me crazy because it's not in your voice. Growth right now. This is growth. Okay. So, so the pop quiz. Every single day you are quizzed, whether you know it or not, right? Because you're asked to make either a more effective or less effective decision for yourself every single day. Do I sleep through the alarm? That's the very first decision. Do I make the bed? Do I shower?
Right.
So all of those questions are little pop quizzes because you are handed the opportunity to shower because you have a bathroom and you have water.
Mm-hmm.
Yet every morning you ask yourself, or every night whenever you shower, morning or night, you ask yourself, am I going to shower? Or should I shower? I have not asked myself that question. I don't ask myself that question, and if I do, I know I'm in a bad place. And that's for me. That's my pop quiz, right? For my life, my chapter. It doesn't mean that that's the same for you.
Yeah.
I have totally been without and not been able to shower, and it was horrible, and I don't want to go back to that. And I have some OCD, surrounding that. And it's one of those things I will never take for granted again. And probably not going to take Carol for granted either, because I'm telling you, one day after. One day. I mean, for real. Like pop quiz. I feel like I'm being tested at every turn.
This is what happens.
I know. And kind of like if I don't talk to Joe for a little bit, then he does something crazy, like all of a sudden decide he's not going to be into rockets anymore. I mean, what the hell? The world falls apart and burns. But I'm tested. And that test is simply, is that your circus? Is that your monkey?
Yeah.
Now, if I love you, definitely. If I love you, I'm thinking about you, I'm there with you, I'm walking that journey with you. If you pay me, I'm right there, I'm with you, I'm walking that journey. You don't have to be important to me or valuable to me. I get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell every one of my clients that because I can decide that I'm not going to coach anybody that walks in here. I'm not bound by any law that says I have to train you, right? You can walk in and give me your spiel, and I can say, okay, here's the number. You need therapy,
Mm-hmm.
not me. And I can be as mean as I want to people, but that's not effective. Right? It's not effective. What's effective is to listen to someone and see what they believe their value is. Because then that's going to tell you whether or not they're your person or not. I believe every single person has potential, but I don't think they all know their value.
I agree with that.
Do you know your value? What would you score on your pop quiz daily?
I don't know. It's hit or miss because sometimes I have a really bad week and then I absolutely got a 0 that week.
So at the end of the night.
But lately, the last couple of days, I've hit some sort of marker points, and so I think I've gotten like much higher grades in the last couple of days on my dailies.
Well, if at the end of the night you're exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And you want to just turn off your brain and you just want to crawl into a hole, then that probably means that you've invested too much effort in something that hasn't been giving back. So that's not a good balance, right?
Yeah.
That means that's like what I do sometimes, and we all do it. We're all guilty of it. We're human.
Yesterday was just a more busy day
right,
than normal.
But so think of this. So if you're exhausted by the end of the day, it's probably because you learned a lot that day.
Yeah, I did.
Right? So if you've learned a lot, that means you've invested a lot. And you might not have gotten the dividends right then, right? You may not have that yet.
Yeah.
But you ask yourself, is it worth the suffering? That is slow.
I think that it is because, even in the worst moments, at some point you'll be able to look back on it and see it objectively and be like, okay, I see that now.
Yeah, like Joe painting all those little tedious dudes that go in all his little models. It's like, is it worth it? At the end of it, you look at it, hell yes. You did that shit. Right? And for me, at the end of the day, it's worth it if I have to shut my brain off, because it means I've actually put forth the effort to learn and train and grow and stretch. However, if I'm so tired that I cannot eat, I cannot bathe, I cannot accommodate my loved ones, then that's a problem, right? Then you say, I'm not balanced, and you ask, am I willing to suffer through this? If yes, are they willing to suffer through it? And that's what we forget to ask sometimes. I'm constantly checking in with you to make sure that it's okay, right? Mm-hmm. I'm always like, hey, I got to work late, or I've got a late appointment or something. But you find it totally okay because you were deployed.
Yeah.
You were deployed for so long, so many times.
I've played that game.
And so you understand what it is to have to put something else first. Just for a moment. Right?
Yeah.
And that's all this is just for a moment, because sometimes we realize that we can't be the center of the universe forever. And I hate that, because I really think that I'm kind of Saturnish. Right? If I were a planet, would I be Uranus or Saturn? That's a tough one, right? You're cooling your brain. You're thinking Uranus. Too hard. What?
Leaning towards Uranus.
I do have Uranus soap and a Uranus shirt. So I noticed you were cooling your brain.
Yeah.
Am I making you think?
Yeah, making me think too much. Giving me riddles and crap.
And crap. And crap, folks. Well, I do have lots of crap. I've learned lots.
Yeah.
You have too.
And lots of crap. I've learned lots of crap.
So,
absolutely.
Did you know that both of us are transsexuals?
Did you say, did I know that?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Did you suspect? Was it sus? You said that earlier.
Yeah, I said anything that happens today of all days of the year is sus.
Is sus. She said that.
Anytime anybody comes to get your attention about something, be aware.
Sus. Yeah. Okay. So,
just today though. Tomorrow everything's
oh my
back
God,
to
normal. Whatevs. I can't even with you. I did get to talk to Lola.
Yes.
Which was amazeballs. I talked to Keelan, which was
so
amazeballs.
cool being able to talk to him. It's been a while.
She's such a beautiful young lady. She really is. And I know she's working so hard at becoming who she wants to be. And I hope that she can trust, what I say. I hope that she can trust that I back her. And Keelan, of course, who I found out Keelan and her were having intimate relations. Thanks for that, Keelan, for sharing or oversharing. Yeah, didn't want to know that. But at least I know that there's someone there. I think, somebody there for each of them. And I think that that's incredible and amazing. And I know you can't go wrong with Keelan because, he's one of my kids too, right? My kids are pretty awesome. So I guess your kids are too, but whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
They have butt chins. Every one of your kids has a butt chin.
There's a cleft. And you don't have to be a hater.
What is the noise?
I know haters are going to hate.
It's the chinnies. Did you really say haters going to hate?
Yep.
Like we hate on Carol's hair. So one day she's going to shave my head. Are you prepared for that? Let's tell her. Let's address it with Carol. One day you're going to shave my head, and I know you are. And what are you going to say to her? Are you going to give her a high five? You know what?
Chicken butt?
Yeah, she says she's on and off watching us.
I'm
Wow, I'm talking about you right now. Wow, I am now talking about you. This is Carol, y'all.
I think I would give her. I mean, I'm not pro or anti mullet. See, that's the thing.
You're not
if you
pro
get to
or
a point,
anti?
If you get to a point where you have to shave your head or you feel like you need to shave your head, then I will give her a high five. But if you're, if you're like, I'm gonna do it, but I don't really want to, but I'm gonna do it, then I don't really.
When
want
have I
to
ever done that?
But it's got to be the point where I look at you and you're ready.
Okay, first of all, because I have like 3 hairs left,
You got more than that.
I'm not ready. Not gonna be ready.
You got more than that. You got
Okay,
time.
maybe 6.
You got time, baby.
Really?
Yeah, maybe
Time
next
is
week.
a construct of
Maybe
man.
next week.
So I'm gonna hang my head in shame at this point. Okay, there's no shame in being bald, but my brother's bald, his son's bald, the whole damn family's bald.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna love you anyway, and I'm gonna kiss the top of your head a lot.
Oh, that's what's gonna make it weird. And no. I can't even stand not wearing a hat. Like, I wear a hat to sleep. I wear this hat to sleep. This is my lounge hat, by the way. And if you ever want to send me anything, send me a scarf or a hat. Okay. So I know you wanted it to be a surprise, Aunt Donna. I know you did. But I haven't even sent it yet. Your Christmas present is still sitting over here, already designed and wrapped and ready to go. I just have to take it to the mail store. That's it. So
yeah.
Maybe you and I can make a deal. Do you think that if I can't get to it, that you can drop it at the mail store? You literally set it there and give them money.
So basically you want me to take it to the mail store for you?
If I can't. Now, I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to try to do it tomorrow. Look, guys, I'm committing to everybody right now.
I will do it
if the
if you
planets
need to.
align, my lovely Aunt Donna, I am taking your gift down to the mail store. That sounds funny, doesn't it?
I'd be happy to, but
The
you
mail
need to do
store.
it.
I do need to do it. But if I cannot,
Yes,
okay.
and I got you back.
I tell you what, you're going to have to... Oh, we can get Sonic afterward. Let that be incentive.
All right.
So see that one incentive is Donna finally gets it. And it's her lovely gift. So
And
that's
Sonic.
one. And then the second incentive, because it made me think of Aunt Donna, the Sonic, we can get Sonic like Aunt Donna. Because Aunt Donna goes and gets a Coke Zero from Sonic every morning.
Well, if we wait till Tuesday, then all 3 of us can get Sonic.
Aunt Donna's not coming Tuesday.
No, but Carol is.
Yes. But I'm not waiting till Tuesday. We can get Sonic on Tuesday also.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt, if they're open, if everything works out. I don't even want to say that I'm going to do it because there were tornadoes the other day and there was a blizzard a couple days before that. So screw this. I'm not committing to shit. I'm going to say, if the universe provides me the opportunity, I am going to be there and I'm going to send it off.
Weather permitting.
Yes, if the
Weather
universe
permitting.
allows me. I'm just saying.
I wish you could use that excuse in the military. You will be there, weather permitting.
No, you say if the creek don't rise. If the creek don't rise, boss, I'll be there. So, do you want a funny Brandon story of when I was a youth?
Of course I do. Who doesn't want a funny Brandon story?
I once swam in, not the tailwater pit. My dog once went swimming in this sort of
Which dog? Collie?
Coley and
What
no.
is that the name of the Collie?
No.
What's the name,
Oh
John?
my God, because his name was Spicoli.
Spicoli?
You're so dumb. I can't even believe you said that. You are fired. Fired.
I'm amazed that I even remember that. So shutty.
What was he?
Was that that was the
Fired.
dog, the one that y'all had for?
No. Okay. So yes, we had Spicoli for a long time, and Spicoli was not all there.
Okay, so this
a
one
few
wasn't
traumatic
in the
brain
creek,
injuries.
was it?
Okay, so look, this one was Hank. Hank was my cow dog, and if y'all are unfamiliar with the Hank the cow dog stories, I suggest you look it up now and start listening to them, because it is very odd that it's parallel to my life. So I had Hank the cow dog, and he went swimming one time in what was a cesspool. It was an old cesspool, but nonetheless.
Yuck.
I thought it looked fun. So I go swimming in this cesspool, right? And I realized it was not pleasant.
When you got about this deep?
So no, I didn't even take that far. Like it was when I got in. I was like, oh, that is some smelly mud. That is awful mud. It is very thick.
Oh God,
chewy even.
Gross.
So, and there was grass. There was hunks of grass that had fallen in, and so it was like shit coated grass. So I was like, oh, this is great. Mud covered grass. Do you know what mud covered grass makes?
Bricks.
Mud pies, dummy. Mud pies.
They used to make it with straw and mud. Bricks. Make those bricks.
Okay, I said grass, not straw. Okay, this ain't the olden days. I ain't building no buildings. I'm making some damn mud pies. Some delicious mud pies. Carol's having a fit right now. Oh my God. So
You think that he would be immune to everything?
I am, except for apparently whatever bug this was. I will do a big reveal at the end so y'all can see that it's heinous. So it'll have to have a disclaimer on it.
Don't do it.
Oh, it's so nasty. Anyway, okay, so imagine me swimming in that with this. Woo!
No
Wonder I had ringworm and like weird shit all the time. Like I probably had those worms that come out your butt at night.
It's like, yeah, no.
Hookworms, is that what they're called? You get them from walking around barefooted. I'm sure I had those, or pinworms or whatever they are. I don't know. Those worms that kids get that crawl out of their butts at night.
That's gross, but yeah, probably.
I'm sure I had those.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I'm just saying and I know I had tetanus shots like on board. Like there was no waiting. No one waited. They're just like,
Brandon for
yes,
his weekly tetanus shot.
Tetanus shot. Give him another one. It was stitches or tetanus shots.
I'm going to go ahead and give you 2 this time. Coming to be out of the office next week.
So anyway, I saw this fantastic paintbrush. I was like, yes, this could be a paintbrush. It could be a mud pie, or it could be a paintbrush, or it could be both. So first it was a paintbrush on our wall, on our brick wall, until I was like, this mud's not as cold as regular mud. It's a little too uncomfortable for me, so I'll just get out and make the mud pies now. So I get out, and I make these mud pies, and I set them all along
and the whole
bank.
time you're playing in shit.
Wow, you just had to throw it on out there, right? Just toss it out there like a big shitty mud pie. So here I had just towers of mud pies, like around this shithole, right? And then we had a creek. So Horse Creek ran through. What did she say?
You talk about worms crawling out of your butts like everyone has experienced this.
It's possible. The worms. I don't remember which ones. Okay, so these shit pies are stacked up. And Hank had been swimming in it, right? And that's originally why I went in it. So I look only to see that Hank has gone and probably left, hours before maybe. I don't know, no concept of time. And I was like, I should probably go wash all this stinky mud off of me before I go in the house and eat. Because making all them mud pies got me hungry. Right? So
Yeah. Did you get pink eye also?
Yeah, so much I had pink eye. So long. Oh, yeah, so much pink eye. So it's a wonder that I'm not totally blind from pink eye. Anyway, so I go in Horse Creek.
You're not immune to pink eye.
I am not. I had it recently, remember?
But
it was viral.
That was
it
not
wasn't,
confirmed.
No, it was viral. It was from the sinus stuff. Anyway, at least that's how I sleep at night. On the floor with pink eye and a bug bite. So I'm in the creek. Okay.
You're circus. You're monkeys.
I'm in the creek.
I'm talking to you.
I'm in the creek. And I'm trying to wash off. Now, there was this thing that my brother and sister loved to do. It was called Torture Me. And so they told me all stories about grumpy old trolls and about demon monster fish and freaking, there was some kind of shit in this creek, right? Not scared of the cesspool, scared of the flowing creek. Just saying. So I'm in there and I'm trying to rinse off, right? And so I sort of float down. I sort of float down this creek, only to stumble upon a rusty pickup, like old pickup in this creek. Well, so I went from the cesspool to wash off in the creek so I could go in and
you
have
ruined the water
some
for everybody
food.
else.
So I could go in and have some food, and I saw this rusty truck. So I was like, oh, this is so cool. So I get in the rusty truck, and the water's kind of flowing through.
All I can see is flesh-eating bacteria.
Oh, my God, yeah. So I'm sitting in this rusty truck, just like having a blast with this shit water and freaking little bitty animals, like tadpoles and all sorts of, like, fish that are going through this whole thing. And it occurred to me in that moment that was probably the grumpy old troll's truck. And so all of a sudden shit got real and I started to freak out thinking he would follow the mud to me.
Like breadcrumbs?
So instead of going back to the little bridge to get out, which it wasn't but a few feet, but in my mind it was like fucking miles, but it was really just a few feet. So instead of getting out and doing that, I was trying to climb out of the bank. So of course I was just eating away at it and more stuff was falling and I was like, oh look, a dam. So I was in that creek probably until after dark.
Oh,
and can you imagine how scared everyone must have been?
And you show up and you just...
And this is what I tell them. Sorry, I was building a dam in our creek because I was covered in mud from the cesspool.
Oh, God.
So I went to rinse off in the rusty pickup that's in the creek. Sorry, I'm late for supper.
I'm sure they smelled you as soon as you got close to the house.
And all because Hank the cow dog. All because I looked up. And I saw Hank fiddling with something in there. It's probably a turd. Probably a big old floater in there. I don't know. But I'm just saying that's like from my childhood. How is that a thing?
Picture it. Spearman.
I know.
1982.
I'm like, wow, how is that? How am I even alive right now? I am just surprised, right? I have all kinds of immunities, I'm sure. Shannon will tell you that I broke my nose and had 2 black eyes. I was little. Yeah. Got a camera. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
We got it on click disc.
Click disc.
Do you remember the little discs that took pictures?
I think I remember that.
Are you sure you do?
Not 100%.
A disc camera? A click disc.
Yeah.
Look it up. Carol
It's like
knows
a
what
Kodak,
it is, I'm
wasn't
sure.
it?
I'm sure they had all different kinds, like the Kodak or the Polaroid or blah blah blah. Oh Lord, here she goes, all the time.
All the time.
Okay,
You talk
so
all the
we
time.
went. So we went to the springs, the original springs, with Mandy and family, and took Carol there. And Carol enjoyed herself, I think.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was. So we liked that place. And but it was a little trippy that when we first got there, go to unlock the hotel room door, and the guts of the knob fall out in my hand, so I'm holding the lock and the key, and I go up to the front desk like, you might want to call somebody, and thank goodness all I had to do, I could just hold the little clips and just get it back in there, so I did. Wasn't a big deal. I saved the day, right?
Yes. Saved it completely.
Be more convincing.
Okay, yes, I remember the camera.
Oh my God, really be convincing about me saving the day. Yes, that's exactly what it looked like, and that's the one we had. So, I had pictures of me with the black eyes and the broken nose, and I was wearing some weird velvet suit. So I looked like Eddie Munster. Like, for real, I don't know where, maybe Shannon has the picture. But I look like, because I used to, back when I had hair, I had a widow's peak.
Well, it only makes sense that your
and
dad...
it was right here.
Your dad works in our basement.
I had a widow's peak right here, and now I have nothing. And you know what? My sister's husband, Darren, is a hairdresser, and he said I would not be bald. Bullshit!
Well, he smokes a lot of pot, too.
He is no Vidal Sassoon. I'm just saying. So, anywho's, we're done here.
Yeah.
You're adorable as always.
Thank you. You're quite dashing.
Dashing.
Absolutely.
With my my Taco Bell shirt. With my Taco Bell shirt and my spider. Okay, the big reveal. Should I do it? Y'all want to see it?
I think you should do it.
Oh, I think if Carol doesn't tell me, she has 12 seconds. 12 seconds or the bomb's gonna. Oh my God. Fix it.
Try to.
The chair. I wanted wheels. Okay. So let's see. Let's do this.
How about I don't look? How about I just sit here and look at my phone?
It's really gross. 1, 2. Look. Oh my God. Look at it, Beth. Look at it.
I can see
Look
it.
at it before it destroys you.
I can see it.
Look.
I can see
Look
it.
at it. Do you want to touch it?
I don't.
Do you want to touch it?
No.
And touch it?
No.
Touch it.
No.
I have some ointment on it. I have some drawing salve.
Okay.
God, that made me sound like I was 100. So, y'all are welcome. I showed you.
400 years to go.
I showed you my bug bite. So, this way there's evidence in case someone says it was not the spider bite that killed him.
In case there's evidence that what?
In case somebody says it was not the spider bite that killed him, you can prove them wrong. There's now video evidence that spider bite, that it was a spider bite that killed me.
Okay. Right.
Okay? So that means you
I
can
need to
kill
write that
me.
down.
You can kill me is what I'm saying.
Oh, why would I do that?
Well, because now there's evidence that says that the spider bite did it.
Oh, well then just let the
See.
spider bite do it.
Wow. It's not really going to kill me. It's not really a spider bite, I hope.
I'm not really going to kill you either.
Oh my God. But you want to, though.
No.
Oh, Carol's sighing because it's so gross. I love her. Okay, we're done. I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Thank you for loving me, spider bite and all.
Every day.
I still say it's a skeeter bite. It's a test. It's a pop quiz every day. Pop quiz, hotshot. How are you going to answer it? Pop quiz, hotshot.
You got to ask the question. That just gets the attention. Love you too, Carol.
All right, guys. Thank you.